They say sometimes you have to burn down your own house to find out who's been living in the walls well. Let me tell you, I found out the hard way, and what I discovered made my blood run cold. The day started out like any other in Charlotte, North Carolina midday, sun bouncing off the glass walls of Summit Auto Works, chrome trucks gleaming in perfect rows, every flag out front snapping in the breeze. Like this place was the very heart of the American dream. I built this place from the ground up 15 years, sweat and knuckles, doing things the honest way, or so I thought. But lately, my phone wouldn't stop buzzing with complaints. Folks said the numbers didn't add up, said the fees felt like a trap, said my people talked pretty and wrote mean. Then that letter came in, written by Hondan old vet, broken, cheated. Corporate said everything checked out. But you know what I mean? Lies don't walk alone. So that's how I ended up across the street under the busted sign of a gas station, playing the part of Marcus Taylor, muddy jeans, faded flannel, hat pulled low so nobody'd look twice. I even walked with a limp just to sell it. I wanted to see with my own eyes how they treated someone who looked like they worked for a living, not someone who owned the place. Not that day. That day, I wanted to feel what my customers felt right from the start. I stepped onto the lot, the asphalt cooking under my boots, and let the door to Summit Creek close behind me. First thing I see is this young guy shirt 2 sizes too tight, grin too bright, the kind of salesman you can spot from a mile away. "Morning, sir," he called, trying to read me as I hear to haul, or just a pose. I kept it plain. "Name's Marcus. I run a hauling business out Statesville way. 40 grand cash, nothing fancy, nothing chrome, just something that'll work as hard as I do." He introduced himself as Damien, 6 months on the job, just enough time to learn the ropes or get tangled in them. Damien led me down the rows, talking up a 2021 GMC Sierra. Sticker said $41,750 before taxes and fees just enough to make a man stretch, but not so much he'd walk. "Comes with our Summit Protection package, covers just about everything," Damien said, smooth as butter, but I caught a flicker of doubt. That package included in the price? I asked, all cautious. He hesitated, said it was standard. I knew better. That package was always optional unless someone's getting creative. I played along, checked under the hood, watched him glance twice at the showroom. Inside, leaning on a railing like he owned the world, was Eli Carter, the new sales manager. The guy was all sharp edges, eyes like searchlights, suit too slick to trust. He was watching, but not for the sale, for the script. After a test drive where Damien laid it on thick bonuses for helping people, dreams of upgrade, all that jazz, we landed at a desk in the corner, right by Eli's office. I could feel the air change the second we sat down. On more sunshine, just cold LEDs, everything suddenly transactional. Damien started running the numbers. Base price, protection package, processing fees, documentation. He paused just a second too long on the fees. "What kind of processing fees?" I asked, voice steady. Before he could answer, a voice from the next desk cut through, cracked, desperate, pleading. I looked over and saw working mankless hands, folder clutched so tight the papers wrinkled, a photo of 3 kids face up on the table. I'd seen that look before me own father, once upon a time, choking on a contract written to bleed a man dry. Eli came out, calm as a judge. "Mr. Miller," he said, "the fees are standard. The signed agreement is what counts." Miller's shoulders sagged. "Please," he whispered, "my family scraped everything just to get this far." Eli didn't blink. "2 options come up at the rest by Friday, or lose your deposit. Non-refundable." That's when it hit. His wasn't just one greedy manager. This was a system, a trap with teeth. I held still, playing Marcus, but inside I was burning. Not yet, I told myself. I needed proof. Back at our desk, I asked Damien for a full breakdown line by line. I nodded to the Miller situation, trying to sound like a guy, just hoping not to get got. Damien fidgeted. "Some of these fees, they ain't exactly standard," he finally said, voice low. "Eli's got a system hook him with a low quote, pile on the fees at signing. The ones who push back. Early morning shifts, no leads. And if you don't play along well, ask about Josh. He didn't play, now he's gone." My pocket recorder caught every word. I kept my face neutral, but my jaw was tight enough to crack a tooth. I excused myself to the restroom and drifted through the customer lounge, the finance office, past the plaques that used to mean something. Everywhere I listened, I heard it: fear, confusion, old-timers muttering about new fees, staff bragging about customers who never read the fine print. When I came back, I'd seen enough. "Let's keep going," I told Damien. I want it all in writing now, every charge, every trick. The numbers he slid across the desk were exactly what I expected protection package tacked on. Admin fees vague enough to dodge a lawyer. Before I sign anything, I said, "I want to talk to your manager." Eli came out of his glass office, all cologne and confidence. "Mr. Taylor," he said, hand outstretched, smile fake as a $3 bill. "Let's step into my office." Inside, the room was curated to impress: dark wood, glass trophies, not a hair out of place. I let him lead, let him talk. He laughed about Miller, said each case was different, but I pressed. "Those same fees theory on my deal, too." Eli's mask slipped for just a second. "Let me be straight, Mr. Taylor, this isn't really about trucks. It's about aspiration. Folks come in thinking they're buying horsepower, but what they want is pride. We show them what they need to want. By the time they see the fees, they're too far in to walk." He grinned, confiding now, "Your boss reads a ghost. Corporate puppet. I run the real show. Complaints? They vanish. Kickbacks? I make more in a year than Reed does in profit." Then just like that, offered me a bribe to wipe the fees clean, cash under the table. "Survival of the fittest," he said. "The smart ones ask." That was if confession, the arrogance the system laid bare. I reached into my pocket, fingered my phone, made sure it was still recording. Then I stood, slow and sure, and took off my cap. "Actually, Eli," I said, letting my real voice out, "what we need to talk about is your employment status." The look on his face, first confusion, then pure panic. "Yeah, that happened." I let the moment stretch until he stammered out my real name. "Mr. Reed, didn't realize." "I know," I said, cold as a tomb. I played the recording out loud, his own voice echoing around the room. I walked straight to the intercom. "All staff to the showroom floor immediately. This is Solomon Reed." The whole building froze. I let the silence build, then played that confession loud enough for the front row to hear. Faces paled, some angry, some relieved. I looked at them, all told them how this place was built for trust, not tricks. Some of you betrayed that trust. Some tried to do right and got punished for it. That ends now. I fired Eli on the spot. Security walked him out while he shouted threats. Then I turned to my staff, gave everyone a choice. Come forward with the truth and we'd fix it together, or try to hide and be gone for good. Hands started going up. Trina moved to inventory for refusing to lie. Damien, flash drive full of dirty deals. One by one, they stepped up. Even Josh, the fired guy, was tracked down and brought back to rebuild the training manual. Gregory Miller came back, too, still clutching his folder. I came back, hoping someone would listen, he said. I walked over, shook his hand, told him his deal would be honored, every fee gone, deposits safe, his daughter's college paid for by a new Summit scholarship. He broke down. The whole room went quiet. For the first time in years, I saw hope shining in my own house. 6 months later, Summit Auto Works wasn't just fixed, it was transformed. No more hidden fees, every price transparent. I moved my office to the showroom. Every complaint got a call, every wrong made right. Trina ran customer advocacy, Damien trained the next wave, and Josh made sure nobody got chewed up by the system again. We threw a block party for the community, real families, real smiles, trust rebuilt. The new sign out front says, "Trust isn't part of the sale. It's the foundation." And as the sun set on that day, laughter bouncing off the glass, I knew we'd done more than save a business who'd started a new chapter. So tell me, if you saw a business in your town fall this far, would you trust it again? What does it really take to rebuild trust in business, in a community, in each other? Drop your thoughts below, and if you believe in stories that matter, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share your own voice, because these conversations are where real change begins.